This is a small village in Russia. Look, there is a farmer with his 3 sons, Andrei, Sergei, and young Ivanushka. The farmer is an old man and he works very hard. He wants to give his sons a good life and he wants them to be happy. They are not very rich and they haven't got a big farm. Andrei and Sergei are very clever, but Ivanushka is not as clever as his brothers. The 2 older sons work in the field and they like wearing nice clothes. But Ivanushka is not like his 2 brothers. He likes to go into the forest and collect mushrooms. When he is at home, he spends most of his time sitting on the kitchen stove. Sometimes Andrei and Sergei call him silly boy, but Ivanushka doesn't mind and he never gets angry. He is a kind young man with a big heart. There is only one field on the farm. It is full of tall golden wheat. The old man is very proud of his wheat. Every morning he goes to look at his wheat field. He feels very happy when he looks at the yellow wheat, shining like gold in the sun.
My wheat is like gold. It is the best wheat in the land,
he says.
Our wheat makes the best bread in the land,
says Andrei.
Our wheat makes the best pies in the land,
says Sergei.
Can I help you in the field?
Asks Ivanushka.
I like our wheat too.
No, go and collect mushrooms,
says Andrei.
Silly boy, go back and sit on the stove,
says Sergei. One day, the farmer goes to his field as usual. But when he gets there, he is shocked by what he sees. There are big, heavy footprints all over the field, and his beautiful wheat is flat.
My beautiful golden wheat!
He shouts.
My sons, come quickly!
The 3 sons run to their father and look at the field. They don't know what to do.
Look at the wheat,
cries Andrei.
Look at these big, heavy footprints,
cries Sergei.
What kind of animal can do this?
Asks the old man.
A horse, perhaps?
Says Ivanushka.
A horse? Don't be silly, Ivanushka,
says Andrei.
Go and collect mushrooms.
Silly boy, go back and sit on the stove,
says Sergei.
Look at my poor field,
the old man says.
What is this? I want to know. Tonight, my sons, you must stay and guard the field. We must find out what animal it is.
Don't worry, Father,
says Andrei.
You can count on me.
You can count on me too, Father,
says Ivanushka.
I can help find this animal.
The 2 brothers just laugh, but their father feels sorry for his youngest son.
Take Ivanushka with you too,
says the old man.
He is a good boy and he can help you.
Oh, all right,
they say.
Don't get in the way,
Andrei says to his younger brother.
Ha! And don't go to sleep,
says Sergei. That night, the 3 brothers go to the field. They take some bread and cheese with them. They eat and then sit down in the field to wait. The night is very still and quiet. The moon is shining on the wheat, and it makes it look like silver. Andrei and Sergei start to feel very sleepy.
There's nothing to see,
says Andrei.
This is really boring.
I'm tired,
says Sergei and yawns. Before long, Andrei and Sergei fall asleep, but not Ivanushka. He sits back and looks up at the stars.
What a wonderful night,
He says.
The stars look magical tonight.
Suddenly, there is a loud noise like thunder. The field begins to shake,
What is that?
cries Ivanushka and jumps up. He looks at his brothers, but they are still sleeping. Ivanushka feels very frightened. He opens his mouth ready to shout to his brothers. Then he sees a big, beautiful brown horse running into the field. Ivanushka looks at the horse with his mouth still open. The horse has got a golden saddle and silver reins. It looks like a magic horse. It starts to eat the wheat, and Ivanushka walks quietly up to it and grabs the reins.
Aha! I've got you!
He cries.
Oh, please let me go.
Says the horse.
I can be your friend. If you ever need my help, just call me 3 times. Say, Sivka-Burk, come.
Ivanushka feels sorry for the horse and lets him go, but he does not tell his brothers about the horse. When they wake up, Ivanushka is looking up at the morning sun.
Let's go home now.
Says Andrei.
What a boring night.
Says Sergei. Ivanushka follows his brothers home, smiling to himself. This is the Tsar. He lives in a big, beautiful palace, and he is very rich. He's got a beautiful daughter, Anna, but he hasn't got any sons. The Tsar is looking for a husband for Anna, and someone to be the next Tsar. He decides to have a contest to find a good, brave man for his daughter. He tells his men to build a very tall tower. He tells Anna to go to the top of the tower and sit at the open window. Then he invites all the young men in the land to the palace.
The man who can jump up with his horse and take the princess's ring can be her husband.
Says the Tsar.
This clever man can live here as my son and be the next Tsar.
Anna waits by the window.
Where is my husband?
She asks herself.
Who is the man that can take off my ring?
The brothers hear about the contest and they decide to go.
Let us go and try our luck.
Says Andrei.
Brothers, take me with you to try my luck too.
Says Ivanushka.
Stay here, silly boy.
Says Sergei.
You can't come with us.
The brothers comb their hair and put on their best clothes. They wave their hats in the air, give a loud shout and ride off on their horses. And so the 2 brothers go to the contest and leave Ivanushka with his father. Ivanushka goes into the wheat field.
Sivka-Burk, come! Sivka-Burk, come! Sivka-Burk, come!
He cries 3 times. There is a sound of thunder. And in a second, Sivka-Burk is standing next to Ivanushka. Ivanushka climbs into the horse's right ear, then climbs out of the left ear. Now he looks very handsome, and he is wearing beautiful clothes. Then together, the young man and the horse go to the contest. There are a lot of young men there, and one by one they begin to jump. But the window is very high, and no one can jump up to it. Ivanushka's brothers try too, but they can't jump very high. At last it is Ivanushka's turn.
Come on, friend.
Says Ivanushka.
I know you can do it.
Sivka-Burk jumps really high, and Ivanushka takes the ring from the princess's finger. All the people clap and cheer. But Ivanushka and Sivka-Burk turn around and ride back home very fast.
Who is that handsome young man?
Sergei asks.
Where is he from?
Ivanushka goes into the wheat field, climbs into the horse's left ear and out of its right, and turns back into a poor farmer's son. Sivka-Burk goes away, and Ivanushka goes back home, collecting mushrooms on the way. The two brothers come back from the contest. Ivanushka is waiting for them. They are very excited. They tell Ivanushka about the handsome man and the beautiful horse.
Such a brave and handsome man.
Says Andrei.
And what a fantastic horse. I want a horse like that.
The Tsar is looking all over the land for this man.
Says Sergei.
I wonder who he is.
Then they see a bandage on Ivanushka's hand.
What is wrong with your hand?
Asks Andrei.
Why is there a bandage on it?
Asks Sergei. Ivanushka laughs.
Oh, it's nothing.
He says.
It's just a small cut.
Collecting mushrooms again, eh?
Says Andrei.
Silly boy,
Says Sergei. But Ivanushka just smiles and carries on with his work. The next day, there is a letter from the palace. The Tsar is inviting everyone in the land, rich and poor, to a big feast.
A feast? We must go.
Says the old man.
Me too?
Asks Ivanushka.
Come on, silly boy.
Says Andrei.
but don't get in everyone's way.
Says Sergei. So the old farmer and his 3 sons go to the palace. It is a wonderful feast. They eat from gold plates and drink from mugs. There is delicious food and music and dancing. Everyone is very happy. At the end of the feast, the princess starts to serve a honey drink to all the guests. She serves Ivanushka and sees the bandage on his hand. She looks at the poor farmer's son. He is wearing old clothes, but he has got an honest face and a warm smile.
What is wrong with your hand, good man?
She asks.
Please, let me look at it.
Ivanushka takes off the bandage. The princess's gold ring is on his finger.
Dear father,
She cries.
here is my husband. Look, he's wearing my ring.
How can he be your husband? Look at him! Look at his clothes!
But Ivanushka says to him,
Please, let me go out and wash.
Ivanushka goes out and calls the magic horse 3 times.
Sivka-Burk, come! Sivka-Burk, come! Sivka-Burk, come!
At once, Sivka-Burk appears, and the ground starts to shake. Ivanushka climbs into the horse's right ear, climbs out of its left ear, and turns again into the handsome young man from the contest. All the people cry out in surprise.
It's him! The brave man from the contest!
Everyone claps and cheers. The Tsar is very happy.
At last! Now I've got a good, kind son. And my dear Anna has got a handsome, brave husband.
And so, Ivanushka marries Anna, and they live happily ever after in the palace. Every day they ride together in the palace gardens on Sivka-Burk, the most famous horse in the land.